This video demonstrates how to make an octahedron from a sphere and is part of the platonic solid series. The octahedron has 6 vertices or points, 12 edges and 8 faces, of which all are equal in size. When forming the octahedron, I keep the overall form in a slight convex nature, which gives it a fuller appearance. And regarding shaping the edges, I hold my thumbs closely together in a V shape when pressing down either side of the edge. When it comes to shaping the faces, I tap and press the surface rather than smearing them. The hand shape we need when initially forming the octahedron from a sphere is that of a 90-degree angle. We don't press with our fingertips, but mainly with the lower parts of the fingers. Our fingers have to be straight and not curved as demonstrated. And when placing the hands together, they form the shape of a square on its point. Forming the octahedron is best done in a rhythmical way. We press and we turn the form a quarter and repeat this gesture again and again. I like to turn the form towards myself, whilst others find it easier turning it away from themselves. No matter what direction you choose, you have to stick to the quarter movement, otherwise the slowly appearing edges are flattened again. Every few times we press, we have to turn the appearing octahedron to a different edge to keep shaping the form evenly. If we don't do that, the overall shape will become a rhombus, which takes more effort to correct later on. Let us now start with the instructions of making the octahedron. We are doing so by making a sphere. And once the sphere is evenly round, we can start pressing the sphere with the method demonstrated just now. We press and we turn. We press and we turn. And after doing that a few times, we rotate the form sideways to find a new edge and start this routine again. We press and we turn. We press and we turn. We keep on doing that until the shape of the octahedron starts to shape. Then we can start to enhance the edges. I press lightly on either side of the edge before turning to the next edge. At this stage, I don't focus on the points, just on the edges. And if I do that rhythmically, I get a feel for the right position of the edge each time I'm turning to the new one. And as you can see, I work on the 4 edges belonging to one point before moving to the next point. By adjusting the edges through this rhythmical movement, the overall shape of the octahedron becomes more balanced. Whilst working on the edges, I even out the faces on either side by pressing and tapping them. From now on, balancing the faces, edges and points is all what we do. What helps is to look at the outer shape of the form. Every perspective that does not form a square needs balancing out. Either a point needs lengthening or being pressed in. We lengthen a point by pressing clay from the surrounding edges towards that point. And if an edge is uneven, I press the edge down with my thumbs in the V position and even out the faces as well. Smearing along the edge on either side helps with straightening the edge. However, I only start smearing and smudging the surface towards the end, as it tends to seal and harden the surface of the form, which can make it crack and more difficult to shape. Only now do I start focusing on the points by sharpening them as much as I can. If one struggles with balancing the form, one can place it down on the table. The face facing upwards should be parallel to the tabletop. In this position, you can adjust the levelty of the faces each time you face them up. And once you are happy with your form, the making of your octahedron is complete.